Wait, here's something that will completely blow your mind. America is currently the world's largest oil producer. It pumps out more oil than Saudi Arabia and Russia. Yet, America still imports huge amounts of oil. It's like a farmer growing wheat on his own land, but still begging others for bread. How is this possible? And why do millions of containers come from China to America every year, only to end up in junkyards as scrap? And in the middle of all this, how does Iran manage to smuggle Boeing 777 planes right under America's nose? Let's dive deep into these mind-blowing realities. First, the oil paradox. America produces the most oil in the world, but it still can't fully use its own oil. There are three big reasons behind this strange situation. Number one, the chemistry of oil. Not all oil is the same. The oil America extracts from its land is mostly light, sweet crude. It's light and easy to refine. But most of America's old refineries were built decades ago to process heavy crude oil from Mexico and Venezuela. These refineries were not suitable for light oil. Changing the entire refining technology would cost over $200 billion. So instead, America sells its light oil at high prices to other countries and buys cheaper heavy crude from abroad for its own refineries. Number two, logistics nightmare. Oil is produced in places like Texas and North Dakota, but the big refineries are located far away on the East Coast and Gulf Coast. There aren't enough pipelines to transport this oil efficiently across the country. Moving oil by train or truck is extremely expensive, so again, it becomes cheaper to import oil from abroad. Number three, the Jones Act. This is the final nail in the coffin. The Jones Act, passed in 1920, says that any cargo moving between two American ports must be carried on American-built ships with American crews. Building ships in America is almost 3 times more expensive than in China, and American sailors demand much higher salaries. As a result, there are very few American merchant ships left. Transporting oil from Texas to New York by ship becomes so costly that it's cheaper for refineries to import oil from abroad. This is why the world's biggest oil producer still depends on others for its own fuel. Now, the container mystery. Every year, China sends millions of containers full of goods to America and Europe. But when these containers reach American ports, many of them never go back full. Only about 40% return loaded. The rest, nearly 60%, end up stuck in America. Why? Because sending an empty container back to China costs around $3,000, and that empty container takes up valuable space on a ship that could otherwise carry loaded containers worth millions of dollars. China doesn't want these used containers back because it can manufacture brand new ones for just $2,000. So every year, millions of containers pile up in American junkyards. Some are turned into homes, offices, or storage units. Most are eventually melted down for their steel. This is the dark side of global trade imbalance. One country produces, the other consumes, and the containers pay the price. Finally, the most insane part, Iran smuggling Boeing 777s. Despite heavy American sanctions, Iran's national airline, Mahan somehow operates several Boeing 777 aircraft. How did they get them? In 2024-25, 5 old but usable Boeing 777s that belonged to Singapore Airlines were sitting in a massive aircraft graveyard in the Australian desert. Iran couldn't buy them directly because of sanctions, so they used a complex smuggling network. First, an American-based company called Iron Aviation bought the planes. Then these planes were moved to China, and from there sold to a fake company in Madagascar called Udan Aviation. After that, the planes were registered under the Cambodian flag, a country with very loose aviation rules.
Once registered in Cambodia, American control disappeared. In July 2025, the planes filed a flight plan from Cambodia to Kenya for maintenance. But as soon as they entered Afghan airspace, where monitoring is weak, they turned off their transponders and vanished from radar. Instead of going to Kenya, they changed course and landed in different cities in Iran: Chabahar, Zahedin, and Mashhad. By the time the world realized what had happened, these 5 Boeing 777s had already joined Mahan Air's fleet. This is how Iran, under heavy sanctions, still manages to operate American-made aircraft. So, next time you see America producing the most oil but still importing it, or millions of containers lying abandoned in junkyards, or Iranian planes flying with American engines, remember, the world we see is not always the world that actually exists. This is Quick IQ Zone, where we uncover the hidden truths behind global stories. Mind blown? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Which part surprised you the most? The oil paradox, the container graveyard, or Iran's plane smuggling? Smash that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe for more mind-blowing facts every week. See you in the next one.